So zoning. I got a call about this again over this summer. A lady had been hosting as a CSA drop site for many years, and everything had been all good with the neighbors. But then all of a sudden, one got really upset, and the CSA drop site ended up with a cease and desist letter. So, you know, you can imagine this happening in your own community, where, you know, if you have 40 families showing up between 4 and 7 p.m., and one of your neighbors like hates children and traffic, you never know if this might happen. So what are the legal aspects? Do you really need to find a new drop site? Well, areas that are zoned residential may exclude all commercial activity. Now, is the CSA drop site a commercial activity? I'm not sure, and you know, I would love to argue that it's not, but there's nothing saying that your zoning officials would agree with me or agree with you. A farm is fundamentally a for-profit business most of the time. Some are nonprofits, and it is operating in a residential area. We can certainly see how the officials think that this is a violation of the zoning code. You know, zoning officials tend to hold quite a bit of power, and because this is open to interpretation, those officials might see things from a different perspective, and that might not be helpful to us. The same thing can actually happen if somebody is in a subdivision with a deed restriction on their home. They may have agreed when they bought the home not to use it in certain ways, and those are the kind of things that can come back to haunt you. So what you can do in this kind of a situation is try to read the code yourself, ask for copies of it, ask for the definitions of what's included in residential, and then you can argue your case about why this isn't a commercial operation. You can argue that this is a club, this is, you know, a party, this is all kinds of other things going on, this is the homeowner choosing to do this. But again, it's going to be time and effort that you are going to invest in this, and hopefully you have a really strong reputation in that community, and folks can write in on your behalf and try to get you a good hearing in front of the zoning officials. But there is no guarantee in this situation. So what can you do to perhaps prevent this problem from developing? Well, the first thing you can do is try to choose a drop site in a commercial area. Many folks are going with cafes or wine stores, you know, places like that might want the increased traffic anyways, and can resolve some of these concerns. Other things you can do are talk with neighbors and zoning authorities ahead of time, and basically what you're going to be doing is asking for a variance. That is approval to step outside the zoning code. Now, variances are generally quite limited. They don't necessarily allow you to continue to expand that drop site, but they can be an approach to prevent this. And then, of course, I always promote cookies and free veggies. Hand those out to all your neighbors, and you might be able to solve this problem before it develops. So my job is just to let you know that this zoning issue does exist, and it has been happening. So a free CSA share, maybe that could do it. Okay. Now we're going to transition into talking about trading product to put in. Oh yeah.
Before you do that,